Enchanted Silk, first of 10. Rising Sun is the headliner today. All set, and they sent on their way from the 1900 meter marker. This was an untidy beginning from the 1900, and Dancing Dynasty is one of the trailers early on. Antonia's Fortress with the white cap is the early leader. Enchanted Silk is with the blue cap on the outside of that one. Razzle Dazzle Rose is near the rail. Then comes Resolution, Alaskan Maiden, Dancing Dynasty. They're the last two, and they're racing about 6 lengths off the leader. There's no pace on. This won't suit Dancing Dynasty, but then again it is a small field. Antonia's Fortress continuing to lead it, and that's in front by a length and a half. In second is Razzle Dazzle Rose. Stable companions 1 and 2. Enchanted Silk's third. Resolution, Red Sleeves and Cap is back in fourth position. And they'll follow then further back in the field by Dancing Dynasty and Alaskan Maiden. There's only about 5 lengths first to last. As they move to the 1,000 meter mark, and Antonia's Fortress continue to go along at a snail's pace. A length and a half leader, Razzle Dazzle Rose second, and then comes Enchanted Silk. They're followed by Resolution. Dancing Dynasty's got 5 lengths to trace down, and Alaskan Maiden the trailer. They're going to hasten it up as they turn into the home stretch in the first and the homeward bound. Antonia's Fortress continuing to lead it. Razzle Dazzle Rose going to go through down the inside, then Enchanted Silk and Resolution. Dancing Dynasty is hooked out to the outside, got about 5 lengths to make up, and then Alaskan Maiden. Just outside the 400 pole, and Antonia's Fortress the leader. Razzle Dazzle Rose, Resolution, Enchanted Silk, and Dancing Dynasty going to have to put it together. Still got 3 or 4 to go up the 200 meter marker, and it's still Antonia's Fortress who goes. Dancing Dynasty is starting to close in, but the post is looming as well. Antonia's Fortress, but Dancing Dynasty's coming with a late claim, going to get up. Dancing Dynasty got up by a head. Second, Antonia's Fortress, Enchanted Silk, Alaskan Maiden, then Resolution and Razzle Dazzle Rose. The pace was never going to suit Dancing Dynasty, and it was a crawl, so they tried to skip it at the top of the stretch. Number 3, Antonia's Fortress, but Dancing Dynasty, Glenn had not gone for the stick at the 300, so that gave everybody confidence, and then starts to get towards the winner, but inside the last 50, you could see that she was going to get up at that stage. Number 3 is still holding on, and you'll see Dancing Dynasty gets up the last 2 jumps or so. The stick gets put down, and Dancing Dynasty ends up winning it by about, well, it's a short head, it's a half head, but even though seems to win easier than that margin suggests, although inside the 200, it was going to see whether that post came in time. Then Enchanted Silk back in that third position. Fourth placing, Alaskan Maiden, then Razzle Dazzle Rose and Resolution, and that's the way to open the day. Brett Crawford, Glenn Hatt. This one by Dynasty, the mare, and you'll see Glenn is on the left-hand side, and then it just starts to pick it up, and Dancing Dynasty starts to warm up. It was a well-judged ride by the leader, though, Donovan Dillon. He tried to skip it at the start of the stretch, but Glenn Hatt, I mean, he's a veteran. He knows all about it, and they continue to win a close decision. The other odds-on is another Dynasty, so it could be the triple combination. Brett Crawford, Dynasty, Glenn Hatt. They're back with Futura in the Cup trial until the running of the second race, which starts off our bipart. Back to the studio.
Oh, we've just seen the running of race number 1 on Rising Sun race day, and the combination of Glenn Hatt and Brett Crawford hoping for a big day today at the Garden Course have got off in flying style here, Glenn, because this filly no doubt should look like the filly to beat on paper. The conditions suited her, but they slowed things up for you.
Well, Dees, I did say to Brett, I think they're going to go slow. She's a big, strong filly, this filly, and she actually likes the pace, and probably why she's enjoying it up here in Natal. They go a little bit quicker, But at the same time, she's done nothing wrong. I haven't had much chance to ride in races. I always seem to be on the wrong one or missed the first one. But certainly a lovely filly, and I think she ran a good race considering the circumstances of the race, the way the race was run.
Experience in a saddle, that's what I put it down to, because, as you said, they went slow, but you were patient at the back of the field. At one stage, I thought you were not going to get there, but she turned it on, and she turned it on in a matter of strides.
Yeah, look, she's a big, strong filly, very strong at home, at work. And the main thing for me was just to get her to switch off, even if they did go slow. So no doubt in my mind that she would be able to quicken. But it is always harder to try and make up ground when they're doing pace work in front.
Glenn, you've had a fantastic career, but this season in particular, I mean, I'm sure you'll agree, you've just had a great season teaming up with Brett. Things have just gone according to plan from the day you joined him.
Yeah, look, I must say all credit to Brett and his yard, his owners particularly. We've just seemed to have cracked it from the beginning, and it's just wonderful to work for a gentleman of a trainer like Brett. And, we're able to discuss horses and work out exactly what we want to do. And it's just great. It's a lovely type of partnership, that's what you want to do, and it long may it continue.
Now let's talk about your runners to come. Of course, you got the big horse, Futura, and maybe, yes, in the Tibashina.
Look, Futura's, I suppose the people's horse in a way. We'll see today. He's got to win it. And he must win it nicely, and then win in the shot, hopefully for the July, If he doesn't, well, we crack on. I still believe this horse is going to be a top horse later on in his career. So, it's not the end all be all. And then maybe, yes, a lovely filly. She's done everything right, won a very good race. Tricky filly to train, but Brett's managed to keep her just ticking over. But up against a competitive race today, but she'll give up her best. Whether she can beat him, I think the race will tell. But I certainly believe she's got the guts for it.
Thanks for your feedback, Glenn, and all the best for the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Lovely. Glenn Hatt, let's get the trainer in, Brett Crawford. And I have to pay compliments to Brett. Brett only took off his trainer's license on his own not too long ago, Brett. And you've just been blessed from the day you decided, I want to go solo. And things have worked out. Of course, it's about support, and you got good support from your owners.
I think, that's the key to everything. Without the owner's support and the horses, you can't do anything in the industry. So I must just say a big thanks to Jenny and Nigel for sending me this filly. She hasn't put a foot wrong. We always were concerned today about the pace of the race, and we thought that that could be the undoing. But she's not an easy filly to ride. You've got to switch her off. So we weren't prepared to go up there just in case she got a bit strong. So full credit to Glenn, great ride. You could see he rode with a lot of confidence. And just very pleased. The yard's been doing well in itself. It's a pleasure to be here. A lovely day being put on today by Rising Sun. So let's hope you'll see us again.
She was the right horse on paper, but she had to get the job done. And your concern was the pace when chatting to Alistair in the parade ring. And you had to have a fit to turn it on like that, Brett. So compliment to you getting her as fit as she was.
No, thanks, Deez. I mean, at the end of the day, Glenn and the filly did the job. So nice to get the punters off on a good start.
Talking about the punters off on a good start, everybody's looking forward to the Cup trial today. And your horse has done nothing wrong. A short hit second, 4 wins from 5 runs, a special win in the consolation last time out. How's he doing? How's your mood?
Deez, I'm very positive. He's a lovely horse. He's improving all the time. Today's obviously a big test for him, but I do feel he's up to it. And I'm looking forward to seeing him run.
Amazing guys like Ian Longmore and Jack Mitchell, of course, in partnership with John. One horse retires and then another good horse falls into their hands.
Well, listen, they deserve everything they get in the game. They're big supporters of the industry. And, let's hope Futura steps up to the plate.
Maybe, yes?
She's doing very well, Deez. Very pleased with her. I do think it's probably the hardest race on the card. I've got a lot of respect for Jetta Glow and Hami's Hooker. I think those are the 2 fillies that we've got to beat, but she'll be in the shake-up.
Talking about respect, we got a lot of respect for you and KZN, Brett, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the afternoon. Well done here.
Cool. Thanks, Deez.
Lovely. Brett Crawford teaming up with Glenn Hatt, race number 1. The results 1, 3, 4, and 7. That's your provisional result, race number 1. Coming up next is race number 2, and of course, race number 2 will be the start of the bipod. Race number 2 will be the start of the bipod. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, we haven't got that right. It's 1, 2, 3. Let's get it right. 2, 3, 4, and 7. 2, 3, 4, and 7. We finally got it right. Well done to Zane. I told you he's the hardest working cameraman on course. So well done to Zane there. 2347, your provisional result. Race number 1. Coming up next will be the start of this afternoon's bipod.